Reagan girl, what are these recommendations?
I can't tell if this book is incredible or stupid.
Ask him into the other apartment without him seeing you. We didn't think of that.
If I got one thing right, it was you and me.
Hello everyone, my name's 𝓼𝓽𝓪 and welcome back to my channel, or two if you are new. And today I have such an exciting video. I have been wanting to film this for a while now, ever since the idea was made. Some of my booktube besties are making Enneagram videos too. Some of them relate to each other, others do not. This is one that actually relates to Reagan's video. Reagan is recommending books to each of the 9 Enneagrams, and I am an Enneagram 4, so I decided to read the books that she recommends to 4s. I'll be able to tell you if her recommendations are good, if I cried, if I related, if I felt like this was overall a 4 book. I actually just found out recently what my Enneagram was. I guess Reagan realized what a crazy psycho I was and she wanted to know my Enneagram. So she was like, hey guys, what are all of your Enneagrams? And I was like, I don't know. What even is an Enneagram? So I took the test and found out that I am an Enneagram 4. I was reading about Enneagram 4s. I've never felt so seen. Like, I felt seen. I felt like they were telling my life story. So I really wanted to learn more and dive into it and read about characters who were 4s. I'm going to tell you guys the books that she recommends for 4s and what I'll be reading and why she recommends it to 4s. And also I will tell you guys a little bit more about 4s. I have my laptop here. Sorry, I don't want to butcher anything, so I'm reading it straight off the laptop. Guys, again, I'm kind of new to this Enneagram thing and I want to make sure that what I'm saying is right. So a type 4 is the individualist. And right away, I was kind of mad that I got this because it seems like 4s are the not like other girls types of girls. And honestly, with some reflecting, I forget to inform you that I am a not like other girls girl, but I'm self-aware and I'm working on it. But let me read to you guys what this is about. So type 4s are the sensitive, introspective type, expressive, dramatic, self-absorbed, and temperamental. I'm exposing myself now. Guys, don't run away. I'm really nice. I'm just a little bit crazy as well. 4s are self-aware, sensitive, and reserved. They are emotionally honest, creative, and personal. They can also be moody and self-conscious without holding themselves from others due to feeling vulnerable and defective. They can also feel disdainful and exempt from ordinary ways of living. They typically have problems with melancholy, self-indulgence, and self-pity. At their best, they're inspired, highly creative, and they are able to renew themselves and transform their experiences. As for each Enneagram, there's a basic fear and a basic desire. And the basic fear for type 4 is that they have no identity or personal significance. Yeah. And the basic desire is to find themselves and their significance, to create an identity. So I guess 4s are all about just finding out who they are. They want to be their truest selves. They want to be the best selves that they can be. They want to have a significant identity. I'm going to leave this website linked down below so you can read more about your Enneagram, and it's just the basic Enneagram Institute one, but I might as well link it. Let's get into the books that Reagan recommends to 4s and why she recommends them. First book that she recommends to type 4s is Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. This has been a book that I wanted to read for the longest time. Everybody's been hyping it up. I'm kind of nervous and hesitant about reading this just because you guys know what I like to read. I like to read romance and thrillers. Definitely not something that was ever on my radar until everybody started hyping it up, as always. And so I'm very excited to see what it's about. I don't know much about it. I know it's some kind of like robbery and it takes a deep dive into people's lives. I don't know. Reagan recommends Anxious People to type 4s because
at the beginning of the book, a bank robber runs into an open house apartment and basically shuts the door and is holding all these people hostage. So it's like a hostage situation, but that's literally not what the book is about, because what it's about is about all these different people that are in the apartment, diving into their lives and seeing like their everyday hurts. And I'm literally getting chills thinking about it right now, but just thinking about the things that they struggle with on a daily basis and just like their lives, and like it's so beautiful. And I think a 4 would be able to see that and be able to find meaning in that. And I think they would just love this book. So if you're a type 4, please read this book. I think you would love it.
That's why I will be reading Anxious People for this video. Not only is it Reagan's recommendation, it truly seems like all the unhealthy levels from before are represented in this book from what I've heard so far. So I'm very excited to read this. The next book that Reagan recommends to type 4s is Atheists Who Kneel and Pray by Taryn Fisher. actually have never heard of this one before, but while I was doing some research, I found out that this was a pretty popular book back a few years ago. So I'm very excited to read it. The back sounds amazing, but this is why Reagan recommends it to fours.
One that I have for a type 4 is a romance, and that is Atheists Who Kneel and Pray by Tarryn Fisher. So don't be swayed by the title. This is not about atheists or non-atheists. It is actually just like a play on words, but basically this book is about Yara, and she kind of goes about life wanting to be people's muse. So she dates men and then breaks their heart so that they will come up with like some kind of creation based on her. So they'll be music artists, or they'll be like actual painting artists or whatever, and she'll find these people and fall in love with them and then break their heart just to like incite some like emotion out of them. And I just feel like that's such a type 4, and just the fact that she wants to be someone's muse is such a type 4. Like that's literally such a type 4. And so I figured this would be really good for someone who is a type 4 to read about Yara, who I believe is a type 4 as well.
I'm so excited to read that one, and it's a romance book. Perfect for me. Already that just sounds like a 4, like from what I've been reading about, wanting a great sense of self-identity, wanting to live life to the fullest. Oh, it's funny because the key motivations for a 4 are they want to express themselves in their individuality, to create and surround themselves with beauty, to maintain certain moods and feelings, to withdraw, to protect their self-image, to take care of emotional needs before attending to anything else. I'm super excited to start reading these books. I think I'm gonna read Anxious People first. So without further ado, let's just get right into this video and see if Reagan's recommendations were right. Okay guys, I am now 50% through Anxious People, and this book, I liked it, but it's definitely really out of my comfort zone and a little bit strange. Honestly, I totally see why Reagan recommends this to 4s, because I feel like this is a self-help book for 4s. Like, as you can see, actually you can't really see, but I've tabbed, yes you can there. I've tabbed a few things, and there is just so much into this book, and there's actually like insightful things in here that I'm going to take with me. Like there's even like some scenes with the therapist. There's a therapist and then one of the people in the hostage situation, and the advice that the therapist is giving, I'm like, okay, I could literally use this in my daily life. And I don't know, I'm just learning. I can't tell if this book is incredible or stupid. Like literally I can't tell. Like it's good, but I don't know. It's a weird way to reflect on human life and human experiences. There's a bank robber, kind of. He is actually a really sweet person, and I cried a little bit while learning about his story. This guy who's trying to rob a bank after, I'm not going to spoil it, but he's trying to rob a bank after some things in his life don't work out. That fails, and he runs into an apartment viewing, and there's a bunch of people viewing the apartment, and so it quickly turns into a hostage situation, but not really. It's hilarious. It's actually really funny, and I really am enjoying all the characters and all their different experiences. I think that's super unique and different, but also I'm just like, this is kind of stupid. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's stupid. I think it's just like a weird way to tell a story, but I am really, really enjoying it. I am finding a lot of things in here to be insightful and a lot of things that could help me with my daily life. I think that once you get into it, I'm not like reaching to pick this up often, but when I do pick it up, I'm like, okay, this is amazing. But also at the same time, I'm like, this is stupid. I don't know. There's just some content and some scenes and some characters that I'm just like, why? Like, this is so weird. But also, I kind of get where Fredrik Backman is going. I think that he knows what he's doing, and I think he knows how to write a story. So who am I to be like, it's stupid? But, you know, I don't know. It's definitely a weird one. It's definitely different, but I can totally see why she recommends this to 4s. This is amazing so far. I really like it. So I'm gonna finish this tonight, and then I'm also, it's currently, what time is it? It's 10:57, and after this, hopefully I can finish this within like before 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm gonna read Atheists Who Kneel and Pray. So I will update you guys when I am done with Anxious People.
She smiled. My kids would have liked that. They have a terrible sense of humor.
love
Jim put
this.
his hands in his pockets and sat down heavily on the landing next to the door. Ask him into the other apartment without him seeing you. We didn't think of that, he exclaimed. We could distract him.
This is so good,
I
guys.
could squirt lime juice in his eyes.
You guys, I was not expecting to love this book so much. I literally cried so much. This was amazing. This was, I was not expecting this. Look at all the tabs.
Okay, guys. It was amazing. It was, I see the hype. This was truly such a good book. It was so insightful. It was, I can't get over it. Anxious People, obviously. I cried a lot while reading this, and everything that I said before about it either being stupid or brilliant, it's just purely brilliant. Everything in this book had a purpose. Everything had a meaning. Reading it like halfway through, it wasn't like, it's not enough for me to make judgments on it yet, because you uncover so much stuff. There's actually some major plot twists in here, and I don't know, I'm just so happy for these characters, and I'm so happy, but I was so sad and so hopeful, and it was just really beautiful, and I totally see why Reagan recommends this to fours. Honestly, I want to give each of the characters in this book like an Enneagram. Sorry, I keep running out of storage, but this was just so beautiful. It was such a weird way of just telling the human experience from different perspectives, but honestly, it works so well. The whole story, his mind, Frederick Bachman's mind, like, how does one come up with such a weird way telling people's stories? Like, how does one come up with stuff like this? I truly do not understand. It's definitely a book that Reagan was spot on for recommending it to fours. This is all about the human experience, how people live their daily lives. It made me feel so seen. Really related to a lot of these characters, and I think this was such a cool way to tell a story. 5 stars, goes without saying. I immediately went to go tell my mom about it. My mom's gonna read it now. I was like, Mom, you need to read this book. Like, you have to read this book. And she's gonna read it now, look at my annotations, and I'm so excited for her to experience what I just went through, because it was such a unique experience, you know, being a 4, like, anyways. I'm done now. I'm gonna start Atheists Who Kneel and Pray. Hopefully that's as good as this one. And yeah, I will update you guys when I start it. Hi guys, it's the next day. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, I am uploading this video the day after Thanksgiving, so I really need to hurry with my thoughts and finish this book, but I am 50% through Atheists Who Kneel and Pray, and honestly, it is such an experience. It's such a different romance. I've never read a romance like this before. It's very different, and I just think it's so cool because I'm literally reading about a character who has the same thought process as me. We're just so similar. She's a little bit more on the crazy 4 side, but I'm very much contained, but like her thoughts and what she goes through is stuff that I struggle with, so I think that's pretty cool to like read about a character who's like me, you know? She struggles with thoughts about being boring, inadequate, and I literally, that is something I relate to so hard. So Reagan, your recommendations so far are spot on for Atheists Who Kneel and Pray for 4s, and it is so cool and different, and I don't know, I've never read a book like this before, so we are going to finish this and I will update you guys when I'm done and give you guys my final thoughts and tell you guys if you should check out Reagan's video, which obviously you all should anyways, but you know, actually listen to your recommendations. But so far, as you guys guessed, is spot on. She's done a spot on job. Anyways, I'm gonna go finish Atheists Who Kneel and Pray now, and I will catch up with you guys a little bit later. Happy Thanksgiving! Hey guys, it is now 7 o'clock and I finished Atheists Who Kneel and Pray, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think that reading this as a 4 is just like another experience. Like, you feel like you relate to Yara on so many levels. She's very self-aware and she knows she has her faults, but like she also can't help herself from making bad decisions, and honestly that relates to me. I relate so hard. I think this book would even be good for people who don't who aren't 4s. Like, this is just a fun experience. Like, Reagan's recommending it. She's a 8 and she loved this book. So I really think everybody should give it a try. It's not a traditional romance at all. And I just realized I forgot to tell you what it's about. So Atheists Who Kneel and Pray is about this girl named Yara, and she is kind of like a drifter. She's a free spirit. She's always moving around different states, different countries, and just wanting to live her life to the fullest. She wants to be unique. She wants to be different. And one day she meets this guy named David, and David is a musician. And don't worry, this isn't like a typical rock star romance, but it is really fun. I want to try to read more like this. But she meets David, and David is a rock star, and he sings, he's in a band. And what happens is right away into Yara, he likes her, he likes what he sees, he likes her energy, he likes her vibe, and he's like, I need you as my muse. And she's like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, no. And then she gives in, and they start to fall in love, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into the relationship and lots of different paths that were taken. And honestly, it was just such an amazing time. I had so much fun while reading this, and I really felt seen. I've been reading books recently that make me feel seen, and honestly, that just enhances your reading experience by so much. I don't typically try to read books with people who relate to me, who are like me, but recently I have been, and it's kind of nice just to have that. So let's talk. Yes, I'm wearing Mickey Mouse pajamas. So to wrap up this video, I would say that Reagan was 100% like she was 100% with her recommendations to 4s, Atheists Who Kneel and Pray. I think I'm going to give that 5 stars. It was really good. And Anxious People, obviously, you guys saw that wrecked me. I'm going to give that 5 stars as well. And how it pertains to 4s, I think that she was absolutely right. Anxious People, really about the human experience and what makes people feel the way they are, and 4s really like to feel like they're the only ones going through things. And I think that Anxious People, all the characters in there seem like they just think that their problems are the only ones that matter. And then for Atheists Who Kneel and Pray, you kind of have the unhealthy levels of a 4 and then also the healthy levels of a 4. Yara, the main character, she is really into aesthetics. She really likes being unique. She really wants to be different. She wants to live life to the fullest, and that's basically what a 4 is. Like, embodies 4s so much. It was a really good time. I really enjoyed it. I felt really related to. So now what you guys need to do is go watch Reagan's video if you haven't already. You need to read her recommendations that she recommends to your Enneagram, and come back to this video and tell me if you guys felt the way I did. Did you think that her recommendations were straight for that? And I want to know your opinion. That wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It truly helps me out. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye.
If I got one thing right, it was you and